What's good? Yo, this is my Xooma Health Logic. But before I get into that, I trust it all is well. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling good about yourself. And if you're interested in hearing what my Xooma Health Logic is, then after this shout out, which I already gave, you know what I'm saying, you can stick around. I think that it's important, you know what I'm saying, at all times, for whenever, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna speak for myself, whenever I present myself to the people, you know what I'm saying, as a presentation in regards to, you know, if I'm bringing value for you to know my purpose for being. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you my Xooma logic. Now, most people, well, people that know me know I'm plant-based, but I'm not a plant-based preacher, meaning, you know, I'm not trying to convert nobody into living like how I live. That's just a choice that I made for myself years ago. You know what I'm saying? If you could draw from it, you know what I'm saying? That's what questions are for. But, you know, I've been working out practically my whole life. It's just been in different phases and stages. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to what I did, how much of it I did, and how consistently. You know, I've had gaps. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the unhealthy phases and stages and all of that, right? But as time went on, you know, I grew through decision making, you know what I'm saying, and choices that I made for myself. You know what I'm saying? So speed it up to 2019 when I initially, you know what I'm saying, was introduced to Xooma Worldwide. You know, the health supplement company that I shop with. You know, just like you, I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying, this company or these products existed. But I was still working out, running, and, you know what I'm saying, living my own way of life. But I wasn't closed-minded to new information. And, you know, I'm also the type of person where if I could make me an extra couple of bucks doing what I'm already doing, just like up here on Facebook, even though I'm up here, you know, having good conversation, sharing healthy information, and opportunities to make a couple extra bucks, doing so, hey, I'm not gonna turn down or send back those Facebook direct deposits every month. You know, no matter how small or great. So, I was attracted to the duality of being able to enhance what I was already doing. You know, by stepping my game up with my hydration. Because as active as I am, I'm gonna deplete more fluids, more nutrients, vitamins, and minerals and all of that kind of stuff faster and more frequently than somebody who's not as active. So that appealed to me. It wasn't because, you know, I was sick or, you know, had some kind of health issue, but because I practice prevention and progressive building, I saw it as a viable opportunity for me to do so for myself as a customer, as a consumer, as a health practitioner, you know, a person that's in the calisthenics running, you know. So it fit me perfectly like a glove, just the thought of it. So I tried out the products, and it was a winner. You know, within a week's time, I could already feel, the enhancement Because my body naturally received what it was missing without me even realizing it. You know, because we could be at a deficit and not even know it. You know, but my muscle repair, you know, it sped up. The soreness, you know, that time frame of when I tear down my body, you know, it got to go through that healing process, muscle fiber repair, all of that's naturally sped up. I never took no steroids, never been on none of that artificial synthetic stuff. You know, it's just been straight natural grind. So that appealed to me too. You know, that these are, you know, natural, healthy products. You know what I'm saying? Also, I saw, hey, you know, they got a prosperity plan, like a cash back. No different than, you know, if you somebody that fly a lot, you could get frequent flyer miles, you know, even with your credit cards, got cash back, you know. But, you know, every company, regardless of who you shopping with, you know, they can have reward programs. You know, so not only was I loving the product line and what it was doing for me and what it's been doing for me ever since then, on a personal health, daily, nutritional level, because I come first. Just like you got to come first. You know, because before I could tell somebody else about, you know, the value of something, I got to, well, that's just me. Some people like that. Some people will sell you anything or tell you about anything. You know, as long as there's some money involved, they could care less what happened to you. I'm not that type of person. Because my name and face is everything to me. And I'm not going to tell you to do something or what I think you should do and all that if I'm not coming forth from a first-hand experience. Unless, you know, you caught up in something and you asked me for my advice or what I would do if I was in your situation. That's different. But I'm talking about giving recommendations based off of personalized experiences. So I was like, yo, that's cool. Good morning. How y'all doing? All right. Awesome. So 50 degrees, people still out here. It's crisp, but it's not cold. You know, but back to what I was saying, right? I was like, that's something that, you know, I would be interested in. You know, because if I'm getting value from what I'm doing, from these products, it would be only natural, and my logic, I'm calling it my Xooma logic, because I'm gonna tell people about it anyway. If I'm already getting maximum value out of what I'm doing, because unfortunately I'm not happy it's that way, but I was already meeting a lot of people that had a lot of health issues, looking for answers, not knowing what to do, wanting to get off of pharmaceuticals, looking for a way to enhance the quality of their lives. So my intentions have always been pure. You know, I could enhance my health, let people know where the real vitamins and minerals are at that actually work, and we could all make some extra cash at the same time. Now my logic is, it's just like you got a Walmart or whatever grocery store, drug store, liquor store. Every community has certain stores and restaurants and shops that people within that particular community are all gonna shop at sometime throughout the month or several times throughout the month. But the difference is, when I look back on my own life, with all of the companies that I've shopped with ever since I was a boy, unconscious, putting stuff inside of my body that wasn't good for me, fast food, you know, back when I was boozing, you know, smoking cigarettes and all of that, which has been like over 2 decades since I've done any of that stuff. But what I'm saying, and I'm not passing judgment, I'm just giving you me. This is my logic. And if my logic lines up with your logic, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. But none of these companies that are being found out to have chemicals inside of their products that are being connected to cancer, diabetes, and all of these high blood pressure, none of these companies that I used to be loyal to with my money and was telling people about it, whether it was directly or indirectly, because people, you know, they see you with something and they want it look good to them, or, you know, they want some of yours or whatever. My point is, none of these companies, fam, ever sent me no kickback. Unlike, you know, travel, you know, your credit cards, your accounts, they may have cash back. But I'm talking about all of these food and drink and fast food companies and things like that are directly responsible for pumping and selling poison into communities all across the world, all across the nation. So I'm like, in my mind, here it is, when I do encounter people who are having issues, you know, and are looking for something, because it ain't about me, you know, like tearing your door down, but you really open and looking for solutions. You willing to give something else a try. Instead of me just sitting there having to listen to your problem, I'm like, you know what? I got something here that's working for me. And not just me, I'm seeing people with high blood pressure, lupus, guys that have prostate cancer, telling their own personal stories that have been using these products long before I knew they existed. People that had MS, kidney issues, you know what I'm saying? Fibromyalgia, migraines, couldn't sleep. Because why? Their bodies just wasn't getting what their bodies needed on a daily basis, or not enough of it, or the quality of it. But when they started giving their bodies these nutrients, they saw improvements. 10 pharmaceutical prescriptions turned into 2 or 3. You know, some people have been able to get taken off of their pharmaceuticals. You know, some people have been able to avoid certain surgeries. All right, peace. So everybody's story is different. But every story that I heard were from real people that I've met, broken bread with, traveled with, commune with, on a weekly basis. Real people like you and myself. And every time I heard one of their stories, it motivated me to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to share this value with the public, with the people, and give the people another option. An option that in a lot of cases, most likely don't even know about it, because I didn't know about it. And at the same time, sort of like a buddy system, wherein everybody's finances are not the same. But I don't see that as a reason for the people that have to be deprived of what you really need in your life on a daily biological level in order to be your best self. And obviously, the company, Xooma Worldwide, feels the same way, which is why they created the cashback membership program. You know, everybody's goal or win may not be to turn this into, you know, thousands of dollars a month. But you might be $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Your payout may be to get off of those statin drugs. Whatever the value that you're looking for is there, with no obligation and no contract. So you're free, just like I'm free, to utilize my membership to accomplish whatever it is I want to accomplish in my life. And once you see the value for yourself, you get to define what you want to do. You don't have to be a distributor. I have people who faithfully, and shout out to all of the members, all the customers, even if you got a sample pack, and shout out to all of those that's on the fence. You probably been meaning to try what I'm talking about, but you just haven't gotten in there yet. I'm a customer just like you. You know, I'm not gonna catch feelings because, you know, you say you're gonna do something, or you ain't, and you don't do it, or you don't get around to it, or it ain't that deep for me. It's just like if I tell you where to go get some bananas for half price. I've done my job. I told you where the value is at. If you don't go get it, what I look like catching feelings about, you know, like what you do or don't do. You know, because whether you do it or not, I'm gonna go get mine. You see what I'm saying? But back to what I'm saying, it's an opportunity to have it your way and to leverage the cost, wherein the price of something doesn't have to be a factor. That's what a buddy system is. Now, every month, I'm gonna get my products regardless. I don't care if don't nobody else shop. I'm gonna get what I have to get for me. Why? Because that's how I started. I'm gonna take care of me before I do anything else. And if I have 4 people who see the value the way how I see it in their life, and they spend $100, a qualifying order, not with the tax, but your order, their order is $100 before tax and shipping, I get points. And when I got 4 people like that, bare minimum, guess what? I get a cash back return. I get checks back. The money that I spent already on myself, the company just gives me a kickback, because that's their way of saying thank you. I appreciate the referral. And it's not just one time. You see what I'm saying? It could be somebody that went through my website 2 years ago, and they, let's just say they haven't placed an order in 2 years. If they place an order today, I'ma still get credit. That's the simplicity of this. Now, I'm not about to be homeless, and I'm not about to, my quality of life is not gonna go down if people decide that, hey, you know what, I don't wanna do that. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that to reinforce the fact that I'm doing this for me first. Everything else is secondary. Now, does that take away value? No. But what I'm saying is, what you do or what you don't do can only directly affect you. So the only power that I have, that I can control, is what I do. And I see and feel the value. Now, is this the only thing that I do to take care of my health? You should already know. I'm plant-based. I'm out here running. I don't make excuses as to, oh, it's cold, it's hot. Why? Because that's what I'm committed to myself first. I come first. And as I do me, if I can help others to do them better, so be it. But I got people that buy 1 pack of X2O every month, faithfully, non-stop. And guess what? They're part of my team. You know why? Because something is better than nothing. That lets me know that that's what they value. And I'm happy that they have found something that they have been able to make a commitment to. That's what this is about. So, I'm not gonna keep this too long, but I just want you to know why I'm doing this, how I got started, and the value that's there. And there's no pressure. It's easy for me to hit a couple of buttons and share a post. That doesn't require my full attention. I could create 10 posts and schedule those posts to hit my timeline any day of the week at any given time. If I want to schedule a post or 2 or 3 to hit my timeline and yours at 2 a.m. tonight while I'm asleep, I could do that. But my vision is to see people more healthier and to see if we could help each other to leverage the cost of living. Or if not the cost of living, the cost of your products. Because the more consistent you are with giving your body what it needs, the better results you're gonna get. But if you got X2O or you got product that you bought last year and you probably took it once or twice and it just got lost in all of the other bottles of brands and stuff that you tried, then you're not gonna get the maximum value out of the value. You see what I'm saying? Because you constantly looking for something that you may have already found. And in most cases, if it's Xooma Worldwide, I'm gonna say all cases. When it comes to supplements, there ain't nothing else for me to look for in that department. You see, because the inventory is so thorough, and then they constantly making improvements, and when they do make an add-on, they might spend like a year or 2 making sure that it's the best that it could be, the best of the best. So I don't gotta keep looking for what I've already found. All I gotta do is keep using the value that I already have access to. And that's my piece for today. Stay active, stay capable, and love yourself, take care of yourself. I'm about to finish this run, get back in these streets. I like to wait till I get to a quiet place so you won't have to compete with the traffic. But that's my Xooma logic. We all need healthy water and we all need daily nutrition, right? And due to the contamination of the water, due to the reduction in the deficit of the minerals and the nutrients in the soil that a lot of our produce and food comes from, we still need some kind of way, family, in order to fill in those gaps so that our natural health and biology doesn't take a hit. Cancer is at an all-time high. Diabetes, this is National Diabetes Month. Shout out to all of the blood sugar warriors. We got a new product called Equala. It's doing amazing things for the people already. check it out. If you already a member, it's on my page. But what I'm saying, yo, don't wait until a health crisis come before you start taking your health and your strength more serious. I don't care what your profession is. I don't care what your pay grade is. I don't care what kind of assets you have. There's nothing that you possess that's gonna last you and serve you to the best of its ability that you've worked for if your health falls down. Somebody gotta take care of you, feed you, change your pamper, your diaper, and all that kind of stuff. So what am I saying? Your real foundation, family, is your health and your wellness. It's your brother. Stay active, stay capable. Like I said, I'm about to finish my run. This is my moving meditation message for you this week. And yo, just think about what I said. And the information is in the comments. If you haven't tried it, and you know what I'm saying, you want to try it. And if you don't want to start off with a membership package or whatever, all you got to do is click request samples on my website for $10.99. That's less than $15 for you to at least try 3 products for you and your family. So that way you can make an educated and informed personal decision on the value for yourself. Because listening to me or somebody else tell you about something, you really can't really make a real call or pass a real judgment for yourself until you try it out for yourself. And with that, I'm out of here. Peace.